Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. I seem to be on an eyelash journey. First of all, thank you for your response to the 7 mascaras and the try-on that I did not that long ago. It was so eye-opening for me just to see the different mascaras out there and very exciting since I do have my natural lashes to be able to see and explore what types of products give you the most bang for the buck. And as we discovered from that particular tutorial, you most certainly did not have to spend a lot of money to get some really long, beautiful eyelashes. Now, when I was in Ireland on my recent trip with some members of my YouTube audience, one of the women there had Lashify lashes on. And I had heard about them, but I really didn't know much. So she and I were talking about it and she said, yeah, it's this great at-home kit. You can do your eyelashes yourself. It's basically like DIY eyelash extensions. Difference is you don't have to go to the salon, number one. You don't have to pay that kind of price, number two. Number three, they are formulated with the adhesive and the glue and the bond for very, very sensitive eyes. No harsh chemicals, no formaldehyde, none of that stuff that we ladies tend to worry about with, procedures like these. So many different types of eyelash styles to be able to choose from. And I thought, okay, and she's like, it's easy. Once you figure it out and get the system down, it takes no time whatsoever. And then it can last up to 10 days. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's cool. I've got to try it. And if I not only try it, I also have to demo it and show you and kind of walk you through it. I've never, by the way, put these on in my life. I have no idea how this is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if I'm going to have lashes everywhere. We're going to find out together. And what I'm doing is the packaging, there is a card with a QR code and you can scan it. And it walks you through sort of a step-by-step tutorial with this cute little blonde gal. And she seems to know a whole lot about Lashify. So I figure let's just sort of walk through step by step. What I did get was my control kit. I ordered a bunch of eyelashes separately. I kind of went through the Lashify website, kind of honed in on the black ice look. That's the BI that you see. The different numbers that you see are the length. I did the little test right here. This interesting little thing where you stick your eye through the hole and then it tells you if the arch of your brow is past this certain marker as to how long you can go with your lashes. One thing I do know from wearing lash extensions in the past, if I go too long, it doesn't fit me. I don't, I tend to prefer a straighter, more of a cat eye kind of look. So I was really drawn to the black ice for that reason. Got size 8 all the way through size 14 to be able to go shorter inner corner, longer outer corner. Yeah, the control kit comes with the Whisper Light flexible bond. There are 2 different bonds. First one is this, looks like a mascara wand. And this will be the first step that we do, actually applying this to my own lash to start to make it tacky. And then once the gossamer lashes are applied, that's what they're called, then this will be used to actually seal those lashes with my own, basically fuse them. And speaking of fusing, this is very important. This is their wand that will be used to fuse. And this is the wandum, which is the first thing that I have to do actually, is apply these, they're covers essentially. And they will fit over that. And from what I'm told, it makes the first application pretty easy. Simply slide these guys through. Okay. And they said to practice, right? Practice fusing and putting these around your eye. It'll go like that. Once I get the lashes on to seal, you can do it that way, or you can fuse this way. That's once the lashes are on. So just to show you, once I removed everything from the kit, I was able to put, these are the black ice lashes, and 8, 10, 12, and 14. So I've got the different sizes. What I need to start doing is we're going to actually start with the Whisper Light. This is the flexible bond. Let's find our girl and get her in the same spot.
You get to decide which style. So we have 3 different styles available for our control kit: our Amplify, our Bold, and our Curl. So our Amplify Micro Mascara Wand. And what we're gonna do for this first layer is apply a really thin, light coat. So it's gonna look almost like a thin, light coat of mascara. So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna look down into my...
Okay, it's like a thin, light coat of mascara. And when I watched the full demo, she went from base to tip, and this gets adhesive on the entire lash. And she said to make sure that the lashes don't stick together. So if need be, just kind of wiggle it through or use the tip to spread them apart, because if they start clumping, you'll see that on the back side of the actual lash. By the way, this has a great magnifying mirror as well, the control kit. It will be super helpful in applying these. Okay, let's see where we are.
I'm gonna close my bond because we don't want this to start getting tacky itself. I'm gonna close this, set this to the side, and then you can take your hand and you can fan for 30 to 60 seconds. So you have your first coat, let's get it tacky together.
"30 seconds.
Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds. What I want you to do is take the back of your nail. You're gonna come in and you're gonna do what we call the tacky test. You're gonna come in and you're gonna take the back of your nail and see if it's starting to stick to the lash. If it's starting to stick, that means that things are tacky and you are good to go for your next layer of bond. I'm gonna come in with my Clear Whisper Light and I'm going to place the bond 1 to 2 millimeters away from my waterline. And then we're gonna take...
So Clear Whisper Light is next. Okay, see, a couple of them got stuck together. Making sure I get them separated. Hold on. See, already a problem. Just get in there. Okay, just get right in that area. I want it to be right. So 30 seconds on that, and then now it was... This is the Whisper Light Flexible Bond. And this one, you place close to the base. And then it showed using a fan brush. I'm brushing that all the way out. Okay, let's keep following along.
Ended brush, and I'm gonna use this brush to coat my lashes with the clear. So I'm gonna come in and gently brush that clear upwards. And you'll see that it goes instantly from white to clear because we're spreading it onto the lash. I do see that some of my lashes didn't get coated in that clear, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna come in.
Okay, do it again. So we're making sure that the lash from close to the base to the tip is coated. All right.
And I'm going to place that 1 to 2 millimeters away from my waterline. And so with this new technique, the nice thing is it's not as much waiting in between layers because you're using the brush to spread it out, so it's going to get tacky quicker. Let's wait 30 seconds for it to get tacky. So I'm gonna start to fan this again. So we're placing our gossamers 1 to 2 millimeters away from our waterline for a few reasons. We wanna make sure that we never feel them. If you feel our gossamers, that means they're just too close to your waterline. They are made of Korean PBT silk. They are virtually weightless, so you should never feel them. We also wanna make sure that we're away from the waterline because if we're touching that wet line, what's gonna happen is the moisture is gonna start to touch the bond and it's gonna start to break apart.
Yes, so they were talking about 1 to 2 millimeters away from the base. And the reason for that is it will blend better with your natural lash. Also, it prevents you from essentially feeling that band. And then the closer it gets to the waterline, the more likely it is that the natural liquid from the eye, and the fluid will loosen the bond and will lose them quicker. So 1 to 2 millimeter away. Now, what she recommends is starting with the middle. I think this is where I'm going to break camp, and here's why. They started in the middle and then built their way out and then in. My biggest issue has always been with lash extensions. The outer part is the most important part for me. My eyes have a natural downturn. So what I have liked about extensions, if done right, is you leave off a few of the bottom lashes. You do the longer ones out to the side to create a cat eye look. But I'm concerned if I start in the middle and then go and go, I may run out of room and it may droop a little bit and get a little too heavy on that outer corner, which is what I don't like. It's the biggest complaint that women have with eyelash extensions. They feel heavy and they're kind of closing the eye off. I'm trying to get that lift. So I might be wrong for doing this, but I'm going to start with that outer lash. What I really liked about Black Ice was that this is a kind of a natural wispy looking lash. I'm going to start with the longest one, which is the B14. Okay, so she says to grab the lash from the outside. Let's see, we're going from underneath, so I've got to make sure. This is the weird part. Okay, wait. Very gently pull it off. Okay, so I think I've got it backwards. Okay, this way. There we go. Because these go underneath. So you just pinch it at the end gently. Okay, I'm going to start with my right outer corner. And I am going to try to get this one on first. Aiming for that 1 millimeter out. I get it? Nope, see, a little too far in. That's okay. And take it. Lift it off because I didn't bond it yet. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Okay, so I made a mistake and I pulled that and now I separated that lash, so that's not usable. Okay, cool. Good thing there are a lot more here. Let's try that again. I'm gonna go in with my magnifier. Okay. That one worked. All right. I got one. Let's see. For the next one, do I want it as long? I think I'm gonna go down in size, go for a B12, and we come from the underside. I'm gonna go next to it. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with the B12. Good size, good size. This is gonna be a very light, natural lash, that I can tell you. What a great way to start. This is like a classic lash if you were to go to your lash place. I'm just continuing to move in. I hope y'all can see. Okay, I think at this point, I'm gonna go smaller. Okay, that was B12. Now let's do a B10. Definitely the magnifying mirror is the way to go. At this age, there's just no way around that. But all in all, once you get the hang of this, it's not that hard. Okay. So I've got the row on and now I have to fuse. Let's see if I'm doing this right. I can go this way. Hold for 10 seconds. hold for 10. I'm using the tweezers because I've just noticed a few of my lashes got a little bit curled, kind of in between, and I'm separating them. Probably can't see this up close, but certainly with a magnifying glass, you can see everything. Cool. Okay, that's cool. I am so worried about my left side because I am not left-handed, but that's okay. We're all gonna be kind of in the same boat with this. All right, I'm glad that I went outside in. So I'm gonna do that again. So if I take that, it's just so weird. Okay, wait, the lash is gonna go that. Okay. Okay, that's the B14. Okay. Yep. That's where I want you. That's good. Okay, back to the B12s. Kind of getting a little bit easier as I'm going, I think. Which they said it would. I'm doing this left-handed. Isn't that funny? This side seems to be going quicker. That is so odd. See, don't freak yourself out about stuff. Moral of the story. And she spoke too soon. But at least I didn't destroy this one, so that's good. It's tough getting that perfect angle. Okay, that was it. And then I did a B10 on the inside corner. Okay, this should be the last one. Oh, that one didn't stick. All right, let's try this one. Okay, I even like how the left one turned out better. Wild. All right, let's seal these suckers. I mean, fuse them, fuse, that's the language. Gotta get used to this. Like that. Okay. I like it. I feel like I need a little extra thickness out there. How did that happen? I'm gonna see if I can pop on another 14 on the outside. I'm just gonna get wild with it. Let me see, is that too low? It's a little bit lower than the other one. So this takes some playing around to get used to, but certainly not that challenging. I mean, it's kind of fun. Honestly, the biggest issue is just this age and needing readers. That's the biggest thing, is just, you know, you just can't see. This one doesn't want to go because I didn't put any lash adhesive down there. So I think I'm just going to consider myself lucky and call it a day. Okay, did I pinch everything? I think I did. There's another step, hold on. Okay, and then.
With doing that, I'm gonna come in and I'm just going to run the glass right along the spines, and I'll go back and forth 2 or 3 times, and then I am all set. With the other eye, I'm gonna show you that you can come in and you're gonna brush the glass through the lashes. You don't need a lot. It's gonna give you a nice glossy finish, and it's gonna make them water resistant. With sealing, we recommend waiting 30 minutes after applying, just to make sure that everything's dried, everything's set in
Good thing I did it.
And then coming in and seal.
Okay, I'm gonna take a 30-minute break and I'll rejoin you guys and we'll seal in just a bit. Okay, 30 minutes has passed. I'm now going in with glass. That is this product, and this is now to seal. So you can go in either one of two ways. You can just sort of run it along the bottom, they said, or you can actually brush it through, which gives it a little bit of shine and makes it water resistant. And that's it. That is my first time applying Lashify lashes. Overall, I would say once I got the swing of things, it was getting better. The hardest part naturally was gripping the lash in the right spot, and then of course being able to place it exactly where it needed to go. That's why I needed this massive magnification mirror as opposed to the one that comes in the kit. I mean, it's great, but you know, for us ladies over 45, over 55, where sight gets a little bit more challenging, you're going to need something that has like maybe a 10-time magnification so that you can really get in there and place it. I think it's a beautiful look, a beautiful classic lash look. I'm amazed, honestly. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. So next, the test is going to be the wear and how that goes. And I will post on my social media some follow-ups to this. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all those places. I'm really excited to play around with different types of lashes, but I found this pretty easy, and it is my hope that we will get 10 days out of these. But okay, quick Lashify update. Vic and I are headed out to dinner, and we're a couple of days past the application, and I just wanted you to see. I mean, first of all, I do have eyeshadow on, which I didn't have before, but all my lashes are still on as well. None of them have moved. So some notes. It's like having eyelash extensions. So when you wash your face, you can't sit there and rub and scrub and get the soap in the eyelashes. You have to work around. Use an oil-free eye makeup remover to get rid of all of the residual eye makeup. You can't get them wet. Remember, it had that waterproof sealer. What else did I notice? About 24 hours after I applied the lashes, remember how I had to do 2 coats to make it tacky, and I would touch and make sure it was sticky? I felt my eyes were just a little bit sensitive to that adhesive for about 24 hours. And after it's set, and you can pinch, see, you can pinch the lashes and it's totally dry. I felt like it had to cure for 24 hours, and during that time, my eyes were a little irritated, but they weren't red. There wasn't an issue. I just sort of felt that an adhesive was on there. After that, it resolved. So far, so good. Like I said, they haven't budged, and I'm a happy camper. Please, in the comment section, for any tutorial-based content, which I always do on Thursdays, always have, always will, let me know what you would like to see from me. I know we've got some summer makeup coming up. We've done some fashion, so let me know where you're leaning. And this again came because somebody said, hey, why don't you give it a try? You know me, I'm like Mikey, I'll try anything. Go out, be bold, be blessed, have a great week, and I'll see you next time.